I filmed 3 videos today and I came to sit down and edit and my dog chewed my SD card. I could cry, but it's fine, we're here now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I did make a whole video addressing all this, but my dog chewed my SD card. It's him over there making all that noise. Yeah, you. Can you stop being noisy as well? I mean, it's one thing to sabotage all my work, but sabotaging while I'm still going. How dare you? So I did make a video addressing all of this, like why I've been gone and what's going on in my life, but I don't want to sit here and redo that right now because I want to carry on filming the videos that I actually wanted to film today. I mean, not that I didn't actually want to film that, but I had like 4 or 5 videos that I wanted to film, and I filmed the first couple and then disaster struck. So we're just going to carry on with the rest of my regularly scheduled ideas. So a couple months ago I did a record collection on my YouTube channel and a lot of you liked it, a lot of people really liked it. And I said in that video, like, that was my entire collection. However, my boyfriend has a ridiculously large collection that I could potentially share with you. And a lot of people said yeah, a lot of people were like, yeah, let's do it, let's see more records. So my boyfriend has a ridiculous amount of records and I didn't think I'd be able to show you every single one of them. First of all, because it would be a very long video. Second of all, because I don't know every album, so I would literally just be like showing you an album, be like, look, he has this, look, he has this one, because I can't tell you lots about all of these albums because I don't know as many albums as he does. I did want to show you the pieces from his collection that I think are really cool, that I would listen to even if I don't know who they are or know the album very well. All of these albums I've picked out, I know who they are, but I might not have listened to this album, but I've listened to bits of it with him. Do you know what I mean? I've just picked out my favourites from his collection. These are all of the bits I'm going to show you today. Let's get started. Ow, my finger. First of all, on the very top of this pile is this album by the Hollies. Honestly, I picked it because I like the cover. I am a person that will listen to an album based on the cover. I know you shouldn't judge a book by the cover, but I will listen to an album based on how the cover looks. I'm not sure if this is an original. Most of my boyfriend's collection is original. He's one of those collectors. I will just buy anything. I'll buy it from H&B if I want it. But he likes to collect originals. I don't know if this is, it doesn't feel it, but maybe, I don't know. It's cute, look at this, look at it. Isn't it cool? Next is the Wombles. Who remembers the Wombles? I think this is an original copy, and this is the Wombles Wombling songs. I didn't know that they were like a band. I thought they were just like a kids TV show, so this is really cute. Look how cute the Wombles are! Next is another soundtracky type one, and it is the Quadrophenia soundtrack. And I watched this film with my, whoa! There's like a book in here. How sick is that? I've never seen that before. I watched this film with my boyfriend and his uni housemates and I enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it. I liked the soundtrack. It was quite epic. If you're more into the mod era, I would highly recommend Quadrophenia if you haven't seen it already. Okay, next we've got a classic Dark Side of the Moon. Ow. It's like one of those that almost everybody has. I don't think this is an original. I think this is just a reprint. Ooh! It's matte. I mean, everyone knows Great Gig in the Sky is kind of viral on TikTok at the moment. Oh, I'm showing it you backwards. There you go. I like this cover. It's very good. Now, I wanted to show you this album because I haven't listened to it. I haven't listened to this particular album, but I know that this is a very special pressing of this album. This is $1 Billion Babies by Alice Cooper. This is a really cool record because this is basically a giant like wallet. He keeps the cover and the actual album separate from each other in the sleeve because this giant wallet, when you open it up, look at that. These are like, I think they're like cards, like playing cards, trading cards sort of thing. This is quite rare to find. Like, this is an original pressing, by the way. This is an original, so these are all the original cards. And this is the original $1 billion bill. Getting your hands on one of these as an original, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's hard or not. I don't know if these are rare. He hasn't ever mentioned that. but I do know that it's very hard to get this copy of this original album with the $1 billion bill still completely intact, and he's gonna hate me if he sees this video. The $1 billion bill. And it's like, I want to show it off for him. Like, that should be something that he should show off. I think that's really cool. That's probably his coolest record. I showed, in my last video, I showed you his radio pressing of the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, which is a very cool album, but I think that's probably his coolest, like, collectible thing. Next up, we have this album from Love called Forever Changes. I put this one in because I have recently downloaded this, but it's a very good album. I really, really like it. I love the album artwork. Again, sucker for album artwork. Next up is an album by The Byrds. It's Mr. Tambourine Man, and I wanted to share this one because when I first met my boyfriend, he played, what song was it? What's it called? My Back Pages. Yeah, it's not on this album, but he played My Back Pages, and when I was in college, before I was into the 60s at all on any level, I had to sing My Back Pages for a performance, and I hated it. But then I re-listened to it with him, and I was like, oh my god, this is the song I had to sing in college, and I hate it. But now I quite enjoy it, and I quite enjoy The Byrds. I've got quite a little pile here of Beatles because I wanted to just show them off because it's fun. So these three are just solo Paul McCartney albums, or well, Paul McCartney albums. First we've got Band on the Run, which is one of my favourite Wings albums, but I really like this album. I think there's just a lot of great songs on this album. It's such a good bop. Again, we've got Wings at the Speed of Sound, another one that is like, I really quite enjoy this. I don't know how I feel about the album cover, I think it's a bit strange, but I like the back with everybody's faces on, and I really, really, really freaking like silly love songs, and I really like She's My Baby, but my least favourite lyric in any song ever is in She's My Baby, and it's like Gravy, I keep mopping her up. I think that's really gross. And then I just wanted to show this one because I bought this for my boyfriend as like a joke present for his birthday, but it's an original. It's not in very good like condition. Like, it's definitely an original, and I got it for a $5, and it's Paul McCartney 2. That is a scary looking face. I got him this album because of how much he hates the song Temporary Secretary. If you've not heard it, yeah, it's not good. And I've literally never listened to any other song on this album apart from Temporary Secretary, and it was just such a meme at university because it was like, who fucking likes this song? Who? Yeah, I just thought this would be a funny present. So first of all, he's got this picture disc, which is a Revolver picture disc, which I think is so cool. The picture disc is super cool. It's super cool to watch on the record player, and the picture on the back is really, really funky. I love Revolver. I do think it's like one of the best Beatles albums. I'm just gonna speed through these because I think I showed you some of these in my last video. We've got With the Beatles, again, these all originals. The ones that I showed in my video were my nan's originals, so they were like hers that she owned in the 60s and bought with her own money in the 60s, which was like so fun. But these are also originals. They're all from the 60s. These ones just he bought. We've got Beatles for Sale, Hard Day's Night, freaking absolute top tier album. And this is actually my copy of Revolver. I just kept it in his box. So this copy of Revolver, it is an original, and the story behind this, I went into a record shop. Well, it wasn't even a record shop, it was a charity shop, and I saw this like at the front of the records, and I was like, there's no way. It was £10. I was like, there's no freaking way. It is an original, but it was in a sleeve, and on the sleeve there was a little post-it note on the sleeve that said like super scratched up record, like probably not playable. Oh, here it is. The sleeve's on here. The sticker's on here, I kept it. So it says the Beatles Revolver 65 to 69 variant. It's got the codes that you can type in to like find more information about it. Early pressing, vinyl heavily scratched, probably unplayable, £10. Look at that. Can you see that? Probably unplayable, £10. All right, let me check this out. So I had a look, and I was expecting like so scratched, like it looks like it's been ran over by a truck sort of scratched. But you can see some scratches, particularly like down here. There's, you know, you can see. And I was like, okay, it doesn't look terrible. I think the person that worked in the shop must have been like a vinyl connoisseur or whatever. And also at the time, one of our roommates had a vinyl cleaning and repairing kit. And I thought, oh, I mean, we can give it a go, and if not, it was only £10. Like, you know, it's an original, it's cool, it's an early pressing. I took it to the counter, and the guy, I think he was like mansplaining to me. He was like, are you sure you want this? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, it's probably unplayable, like it's super scratched. And I was like, I know, I've checked it. And he was like, have you checked it though? And I was like, yeah. And I still want it. And he was like, okay. He was like, you know, it's probably not going to play. And I was like, I think it will. And he was like, he was like really judging me. And I was like, oh, what? So I bought it, took it home, and it worked absolutely perfectly fine. It plays perfectly. We like sprayed it, wiped it, played it, and it's perfect. Moral of that story, if it's cheap enough because it's scratched, just give it a go anyway. Next up in his collection of Beatles, we have the Yellow Submarine song track. I love this album because I love the Yellow Submarine soundtrack. I think it's got some of the most like catchy, fun songs on. I love it. I think it's so fun. Next we have Sgt. Pepper. Gotta Be Done. Again, one that has to be in everybody's collection. I don't know if this is an original, but I don't think it is. I think this is like a reprint. Oh, but look at them. Aren't they just the cutest? Again, classic album, one everybody should own. And these last couple of albums I just picked up because I like them. So first up we have this really funky edition. This is, as it says on the tag here, a very rare mono octagonal sleeve, plays very well with background crackle only. No jumps or skips. How cool! Whoa! I didn't expect it to open like that. So this, I think, is rare to find, but I think my boyfriend said it's even more rare to find because originally they printed them with corners, and people in the 60s or whenever this came out would cut the corners off, I think. I'm not sure. I think that's what my boyfriend said. And I think he said that if you find one with the corners on, that's like the most rare, you know. But this says on the tag that it's rare because it's an octagonal shaped sleeve, and I think it's cool. Next we have this original Monkeys record. I think there might be two in here. I think I bought him one because I saw it and I knew he liked the Monkeys, and I saw it in one of the shops and I was like, oh my god, he'll love that, and I bought it and I didn't know he already had one. Who doesn't love the Monkeys? This is such a cute album. Next is David Bowie's Hunky Dory. This is one of my favourite Bowie albums. It's my boyfriend's like top Bowie album because he said he used to listen to it all the time when he was younger. This is such a good album. Look how cute he looks on the back. He's so scrumptious. I love him. And the last album I want to show you is another original. Was from my nan's collection, but she didn't like it, so she gave it to Max because he was like, holy shit, I can't believe you have an original version of this. And it is Smiley Smile by the Beach Boys. Let me tell you a story about this album. This was my nan's from the year it came out. She really wanted Pet Sounds. She really liked Pet Sounds and she wanted a copy of her own. And so she said to her dad, my great-granddad, who I love to death, I miss him a lot. So she says to her dad, she's like, I want the new Beach Boys album for Christmas, please can I have it? So he just goes into like a record shop and he's like, can I have the new Beach Boys album? And they're like, here you go, and it's this one. This wasn't what she was expecting. She didn't know that this one, like, she thought she was getting Pet Sounds basically. And she put it on, played the first track, which is Heroes and Villains, and was like, no, took it off, and never ever played it again. She didn't throw it away, she just never played it again, and she's kept it, and it has not, this full album has not been played because she just never played it. She played Heroes and Villains and was like, no, I don't like it. And I just think that was such a funny story. So thank you so much for watching this video. He does have more records that I could talk about, but I couldn't really tell you much about them because I don't listen to all of the same records that he does. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked being nosy through more records. I certainly like being nosy through records. Please subscribe for some more 60s and 70s related content. I have some other videos coming up that I'm gonna have to refilm because somebody chewed up my SD card. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.